Hey guys, do you know which hackers can harm you and which won't? Well, in this video, we will explain deeply. There are three types of hackers: white hat hackers, gray hat hackers, and black hat hackers. Not all hackers are bad. The good guys are called white hat hackers and use hacking to improve computer security. People who are just having fun are called gray hat hackers. But the malicious type you're thinking of, they are called black hat hackers. Despite being the best at what they do, they can do a lot of damage, as history has shown. Here are some black hat hackers of which the governments are afraid. Topping the list of famous hackers in the world is Kevin Mitnick. The U.S. Department of Justice named him the most wanted computer criminal in U.S. history. Kevin Mitnick's story is so wild that it was the basis for a feature film called Track Down. It is often argued that he was the best hacker the world ever had. You may be wondering what he did. Well, after serving a year in prison for hacking into the network of Digital Equipment Corporation, he was released on 3 years of supervised release. But near the end of that term, he fled and went on a 2.5-year hacking spree that included breaching national defense warning systems and stealing corporate secrets. So where is he now? Mitnick was eventually caught and sentenced to 5 years in prison. After those years of full service, he became a consultant and public speaker for computer security. He now runs Mitnick Security Consulting, LLC. Albert Gonzalez is one of the best computer hackers in the world. He started as the leader of a hacker group called Shadow Crow. In addition to stealing and selling credit card numbers, the Shadow Crew also forged passports, health insurance cards, and birth certificates for identity theft crimes. What did he do? Albert Gonzalez paved the way to internet fame when he collected more than 170 million credit card and ATM card numbers in 2 years. He then hacked into the databases of TJX companies and Heartland Payment Systems, stealing all their stored credit card numbers. Fine, so where is he now? Gonzalez was sentenced to 20 years in prison, 2 20-year sentences to be served concurrently, and is scheduled to be released in 2025. Lloyd Blankenship, known as the Mentor in hacking circles, has been an active hacker since the 1970s. He was a member of several hacking groups in the past, most notably the Legion of Doom. What things was he involved in? Blankenship wrote an essay called Mentor's Last Words, also known as Conscience of a Hacker and Hacker Manifesto, which he wrote after his arrest in 1986. This article is seen as a kind of cornerstone for hacking culture. So where is he now? In 1989, Blankenship was hired by Steve Jackson Games to work on GRPS Cyberpunk. The U.S. Secret Service raided his home in 1990 and confiscated the game's rulebook, describing it as a handbook of computer crime. He had since given up hacking and is now head of product research and design at McAfee. The story of Jonathan James, known as Comrade. He started hacking at a young age, managed to hack several commercial and government networks, and was sent to prison for this while still a minor. What did he do? James eventually hacked into NASA's network and downloaded enough source code assets, worth $1.7 million at the time, to learn how the International Space Station worked. NASA had to shut down its network for 3 weeks while it investigated the breach, at an additional cost of $41,000. Do you know where he is now? In 2007, several high-profile companies fell victim to several malicious network attacks. Although James denied any involvement, he was suspected and investigated. In 2008, James committed suicide, believing he would be punished for crimes he did not commit. Gary McKinnon, known as Solo on the Internet, allegedly coordinated what would become the largest military computer hack of all time. What did he do? During 13 months from February 2001 to March 2002, McKinnon illegally accessed 97 computers belonging to the U.S. Armed Forces and NASA. He claimed he was only looking for information about free energy suppression and UFO cover-ups, but according to U.S. authorities, he deleted many important files and disabled more than 300 computers, resulting in the loss of more than $700,000. Where is he now? Being of Scottish descent and operating out of the UK, McKinnon managed to evade the U.S. government until 2005, when he faced extradition. After a series of appeals, Then British Prime Minister Theresa May blocked his extradition because he was severely ill, and the extradition was incompatible with his human rights. Kevin Poulsen, also known as Dark Dent, achieved his 15 minutes of fame by utilizing his intricate knowledge of the telephone system. At one point, he hacked into a radio station's phone lines and posed as the winning caller, earning him a brand new Porsche. The media called him the Hannibal Lecter of computer crime. What did he do? Poulsen found himself on the FBI's wanted list after hacking into federal systems and stealing wiretap information. He was later caught in a supermarket of all places and sentenced to 51 months in prison and fined $56,000. So where is he now? Poulsen changed his ways after his release from prison in 1995. He started working as a journalist and is now an editor at Wired. In 2006, it also helped law enforcement identify 744 sex offenders on MySpace. Robert Tappan Morris acquired his knowledge of computers from his father, Robert Morris, a computer scientist at Bell Labs and later at the NSA. Morris is credited as the creator of the world's first known computer worm. Given that all kinds of computer viruses have spawned, it is safe to say that they are not very popular among users. What did he do? In 1988, he created the Morris worm while he was a student at Cornell University. The program was intended to estimate the size of the internet, but it had a flaw. Computers could be infected multiple times, and each infection made the computer even slower. It rendered more than 6,000 computers unusable. Where is he now? In 1989, Robert Tappan Morris was found in violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. He was sentenced to 3 years of probation, 400 hours of community service, and a $10,050 fine. He eventually founded Y Combinator and is now a tenured professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Anonymous is the most famous hacker of all time, yet also the most nefarious. Anonymous is not a single individual, but a decentralized group of hackers with no real membership or hierarchy. Anyone can act anonymously. What did they do? Since its emergence in 2003, Anonymous has been credited with attacking several notable targets, including Amazon, PayPal, Sony, the Westboro Baptist Church, the Church of Scientology, parts of the dark web, and Australia and India, Syria and the governments involved, America among dozens of others. Where are they now? Anonymous continues his hacktivism to this day. Since 2011, 2 related hacking groups have emerged from Anonymous, LulzSec and AntiSec. No one is still identified and caught yet, so stay safe against modern-day hackers. If you fear that a hacker like one of the above will ruin your life, don't worry, mate. They prefer to go after big organizations and institutions, but you should be worried about another type of hacker, the one who wants to steal your data for their benefit. To stay safe, be sure to use security software to protect against malware and learn how to detect when your online accounts have been hacked. If you like the video, thumbs up to the video and comment down below. What will you do if this happens to you? Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in another video. Goodbye, take care.